to see what I would do with that, and as we discussed, me and you, about the things that we discussed last
I
week or
see. All
before
right,
2 weeks,
okay.
and I'm planning
You're
to work in it,
full-time
but I am.
student, right? You're enrolled full-time, right?
Yes, but the problem that I have a lot of students in the university, because
Yeah.
يعني busy exams, and so I'm very sure I would like to work on it hard, but this is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
problem
yeah.
for me. This is
Oh, okay.
يعني not easy.
Yes. Yes,
So I need time.
okay.
This is the problem. Need time. Problem for me, the time.
Okay,
So
all
this is
right.
my. But we decide, as we said before. You said for me that I have to work on policy management and technology. Policy, يعني to see the policy in other countries and in our country, right?
Yes.
And to apply the technology. This is what we agree
Uh,
about it.
yes, the policy to select the tools you want to use for your diabetic management, isn't it? For your
Wait a
right,
minute,
for
I
your
would like.
self-management of diabetes, isn't it? So it's actually the policy on how to select a tool for the self management of diabetes. Okay.
You said for me. Wait a minute, please.
Right. Because it's
You said
already
for me.
second
Yeah, you said
semester.
for me. يعني this is what we agreed on, to
Yeah.
do. يعني to see the policy management in our country related to diabetes mellitus, right? Diabetes mellitus.
Yes.
Diabetes mellitus in general, not only the retina. Or this is what we agree on, right?
Yes. Yes.
To assess policy or policies, policy management in other countries related to diabetes mellitus,
Yes.
and in our country also. يعني in our
Yes.
country and other country. This is the
Yes.
main. Plus Palestine, land Palestine. This is the main thing, and also to apply technology for diabetes mellitus in our country and other country, and to see the policies, also the technology, right?
Yes. Yes.
Technology applied in our country and other countries
Yes. So your policy is
related
not
to
just it's not just
diabetes mellitus,
yeah, your
right?
yes, correct.
Policy and management. يعني the main thing in our country and other countries. In our country,
Policy
for both.
regarding to technology. Um,
Yes.
not just any policy, but policy regarding to technology policy. Right?
Yes.
Because we
Technology
want
policy.
because there are many policies, isn't it, in health, but we want to focus on the one related to technology. Okay, so actually I thought of sharing with Brother Salim some
Okay.
information that actually last week I actually spent one whole day on this topic of yours. So I was trying to actually see what information was it that was available because you're already in second semester, isn't it? So for full-time student, third semester is already proposal defense.
Mm.
Yeah. So so this semester is actually quite critical
Critical
for
for
you
what? For
to
me?
yes, because usually before the proposal defense, we will complete the student will complete the literature review.
Yes. Because
Yes,
I spent a lot of time in other, you see, I have, when I collect the data this week, I have many things, but I have to put it together.
yes, yes, true. Right, okay.
You see,
That's
I have
fine.
many.
Literature review
Yes.
takes a very long time. Actually, yeah, you would need
This
time.
is the main problem. If I will finish it, Dr. Raja, it will be more easy for me, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. But the most important difficult is literature review. If I will finish it, I will be in good condition, maybe.
Yes, and like after proposal defense, it's just should be just focusing on your data collection, which I think you have no problem in the data collection, isn't it?
I think so. I
Yeah,
hope. I
inshallah.
hope. I
Yeah,
don't know.
inshallah. Yeah.
Inshallah. I want.
Okay,
Inshallah.
so last week I actually spent one whole day looking through your topic.
Yes.
All right, okay.
Yes.
So I found a few information which I don't know whether it can help put some direction in your research. Okay, so
Okay.
I will just present it. Okay.
Okay.
All right, hang on. I'll just share it. Okay. Let me share this. Because I think it's quite the information that I received quite significant impact on, I don't, yeah, yeah. If it was my research, I would think it was a significant finding. Okay, hang on. What is it that I wanted to share? Was it this? I think this PDF. I think it's this. Okay.
See and other
Okay. Oh, is it
countries.
this? Okay, so let me close this. Okay. So this is actually a WHO document. It's on National
Yes.
Policy on Health Technology. Maybe I can zoom it. How do I zoom this? So zoom. Wait, how do I zoom this? You zoom. Sorry.
Always technology takes time, yani, for me, and the same thing when I'm doing
Ah,
something.
yeah, I
But
know.
but you are in technology more better than me.
Yes. Sorry. Okay, let me
Yes, yes.
magnification. What? 50%? Oh, it has to be
Two,
more than
100 maybe, much better or
100%.
more.
Right. So it should be
Yes.
100.
100. Okay.
Let me put
That's
200. Yes. Okay.
too large will be.
Too large, is it? Okay. So I can.
You
Okay.
can. Okay,
Okay.
that's
So
good.
national policy on health technology. All right. So okay. So what's interesting, because later in the proposal defense, what usually we will need to justify where in what area is your contribution. Okay.
Can you explain for me this يعني categories in short way يعني National Development Plan. I read it but يعني the
Sorry.
process. Okay, okay, go ahead.
Okay, okay. This is
يعني
actually areas of implementation of health technology policy, right? So this says here areas of implementation for health technology policy. So for your research, like I remember when I asked you to review health technology policies, right?
yes.
So there are actually many areas here. So it is impossible for you to review all areas,
Of
isn't
course,
it?
but I will decide on يعني related to diabetes, to diabetic only.
Yes,
You want
okay.
from
So can we decide an area right now, um because some area I think is not really related to Like regulation, I don't think it's related, right? Regulation. We don't want to focus to regulation
Dr.
because
Dr. Raja, Dr.
yes.
Raja, please. يعني if you can explain a little bit about this يعني categories for me
All
because
right.
it is
Okay.
not
Okay. Okay.
clear in short, and after that I will understand because you send it for me many times, but يعني
Yes, I
I
said it
will
many
not.
times. Yes.
Yes, so you send it before me.
All right.
National Health Plan,
Okay. So
Health
this is
Technology.
this is in a national health plan. We have many things, and one of the branch is in the health technology policy, right? So
Okay,
under health technology policy, which is the focus in your research, we have regulation. So regulation would be what are the how you see rules,
rules, yes,
enforcement, right, by the authority, by the health authority, like
that
pre
can be provided. يعني regulation and rules provided by the government, the
yes.
or other sectors that what are the regulation provided مثلا for example in diabetes mellitus
Yes,
for
maybe
example.
since this is technology, so means it would be what are the rules in technology, which may
Yes,
be I have previously worked in a pharmaceutical manufacturing company. So like
yes,
for pharmaceutical devices or medical devices, they have very
yes,
strict rules that you will need to
yes.
follow. And every year
uh,
we have like health enforce officers to come and they will audit whether whether the that production, whether you follow all
yes,
the rules, right? So this
yes,
is the regulation related to the development of that technology, right? But I don't think it's
yes.
related to what we are, because this is quite technical actually, because you would be very specific to what tool you're using and what. So I don't think we want to go in here.
Mm.
So this regulation,
يعني يعني regulation for example about this regulation pre-market approval authorization and
yes,
post-market يعني for a technology
yes,
that they applied or what
yes, for a
pre-market
technology,
approval. And after that, we post market
yes.
surveillance.
You want to see how effective is that technology. Is it
And
bring any bad effects after people using that technology? Right,
yes,
right. So that is one, that is the regulation part, which I don't think it's in our research. Yeah,
we
I
can
don't
apply this in our research. Do you think, Dr. Raja?
I don't think so. Yeah, because it is very technical.
Yes.
Because you would need to be very specific to the tool, which we are not being specific to a tool right now. So right now
طب,
we want,
health technology assessment,
okay, health
the next
technology
one.
assessment is something we may want to look at. Okay, it's more like a clinical and economic analysis. So means before you maybe I'm not sure what is the scope of this assessment. Is it
Yes.
during the patient using it, or before using it, or after? So but they do like an economic analysis of that tool that you're using, like you said, for
يعني
self-management of diabetes.
I did not understand it very well. Health technology assessment. يعني we have to assess what we have,
You
what
have
we
to
used
assess
in
that
technology.
technology. So
Yes.
is
To
it
assess the technology that we have in our country, for example, related to diabetes, because
yes,
I will apply it in the diabetes for me.
yes. So like
Yes.
your area would be in self-management of diabetes, isn't it?
Hmm.
So
And
you may want to look into how do you assess whether that certain tool is is appropriate or not to be used. It says a
uh,
clinical and economy analysis. So maybe for
Mm.
the clinical analysis, you may get survey from doctors, from nurses, right, from patients. And from economic analysis, maybe it's a cost point of view, right? Which I don't think
Uh,
we want to focus in that area, right? So you're not
yes.
so yeah. So right now we don't necessarily have to do we don't want to do everything. We just want to do a small something that is achievable, right?
Yes, that's right.
Right. Right. So this may be an area that you may want to look at as well. Maybe, right? Maybe. But I'm just
Okay.
briefing the areas that are available in health technology policy, right? Because in the proposal defense, they will ask you, where is your contribution that you are actually contributing? So you
Mm.
can say I'm contributing in like health technology assessment area, which part? Or I'm contributing
Yes.
management area, which part? Right. So you have to be
Okay.
very specific. So you only need to contribute to one area. That's all. But you need to justify that. Okay. So can we move along to the next one?
Okay. Well, you can move. You are the
Okay.
management يعني related to okay if you can لا management يعني related to the first one also management for selection
Okay. So
related to the
okay. So this health technology assessment is the one that I think it's not yet used. People not yet used. So
okay
they are still thinking. It's like before you select an item, a tool or technology to be used. Uh, health technology assessment is we assess is it okay. But for management, I think is already you already start using it. I think it's the phase where you already select what tool that you want to use, and then you yeah. So we under management we have something called needs assessment. So this may be like what are the needs of the Palestinian refugees, for example, or refugees, the Palestinian people,
mm,
right? So you may consider, so what are their needs, what sort of tool that they actually need for the self-management of diabetes. So once you can explain the situation, then they have this priority setting. So you prioritize out of all the like that requirements, what is the most highest priority, right?
mm,
It can be in a survey form, right? It's okay. Okay, then we have this planning, selection, and procurement. So planning, selection, and procurement is when you how you plan, how you select, and you buy the items for use. So I think this is not your
yeah,
research.
not
Yeah.
applied maybe
Yeah. Sorry?
يعني do you think this is will be applied to my research
Planning, selection, procurement? No, I don't think so. Because it's just the management part, it's like you buy and you
no
use it.
yes okay but يعني you think that this is the category this is applied for what we call it if you are
Health
in the
technology
field of
policy.
technology
Yes.
if you have the instrument and if you are but I am going to do as we said uh, technology policies this is what we agreed me and you about that
Yes.
at the
So
end
this is technology
the
policy.
policy that is applied in our country not to invent an instrument or
No, no, no.
but that's
You're not
ah,
inventing something new. You are just suggesting what is
suggesting yes
what type of requirements that should have in a
Okay.
tool that you're planning to use for the Palestinians.
For the
That's all.
policy, maybe for the
Yes,
policy that we use.
yes. So your contribution is actually within the health technology policy area as well, right?
Yeah.
So yes, it would be a contribution in the health technology policy area, right? So then we have maintenance and safe use, how you maintain that tool and use it safely, right?
Mm.
Which I don't know whether it's related or not related to your
This is
research.
maintenance, safe use for the technology, for the
Yes,
instrument, maybe this one,
yes,
not for the policy. Policy we will see different. That's right, because I
I
am
know.
going to assess policy in our country. This is what we agreed on.
Yes,
Uh,
but for
Not
maintenance
related
and
to the
safe use of technology, also is a small contribution in the health technology policy.
technology.
Yes,
Okay, okay, we will see. We will
because
see.
if you can see this, it all is all related to health technology policies here. So this is
Yes.
your health technology policy. So this is, we have regulation, technology assessment management. So it's a small part of the technology policy as well, right?
Mm.
Okay, then we have research and innovation, which is not related to yours, I think, yeah, because you're not coming out with something new, right? It's not a new technology. It's
Yes, yes.
just proposing what existing technologies available. Yeah. And you're not even naming what technology it is. You're just setting a certain set of requirements, where if there are like 10 tools that fit those requirements, then it's okay to use any tool, right, that can fit those requirements. Okay, this is medical devices by facilities, also not related. Nomenclature for medical devices, I have no idea what that means, but I think it's not related as well. So
Let's
your
يعني let's do a brief يعني discussion about this in summary. What do you think about this in general? For me, what I can benefit from that, يعني from this page, because I would like to work in it. يعني what I
yes,
can benefit from this in general.
what you can benefit is you will need to refer to this and select an area where you want to focus your research on.
Select what?
One area.
Select from this يعني categories. What I can select?
Yes.
Select policy. Select technology.
Okay, so let's say, for example, yours is related to self-management of diabetes, isn't it?
Yes.
So maybe
Self-management.
you can look in health technology assessment of self-management of diabetes, or
Okay. Very good.
needs assessment for tools related to self-management of diabetes for Palestine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So means you will
Okay.
need to go back to here.
Yes.
If you think you have gone out of the direction, you can look back to this diagram and see that is my contribution in this area, right?
Mm. For example, I do an assessment for the what the diabetic patient they use, or the health services they use to assess what they have for diabetic patients, to assess technology here in Palestine,
Maybe you can do
like this.
your area is self-management, isn't it? So maybe you can do a survey and ask them
Yes.
what sort of what tool you think is what are the criteria of a tool that you think is suitable for the patients and
Yes. Very
the
good.
doctors, right?
Yes, that's right. Yani tools that applied for the patient that can be related to this, yani to the technology, or to what tools?
To
Tools
self-management of
for
diabetes. Tools for self-management of diabetes.
you are to okay, okay, very good, Dr. Raja. Very good.
So
Tools
like maybe handphone
to
applications, right?
wait a minute, I will write it. Tools for self-management for diabetic patients. يعني يعني to suggest, right? To
Yes.
suggest
But you're
tools
not
for
suggesting a tool. You're just suggesting the requirements, a set of requirements for a tool. So let's say
okay, okay, okay.
there are many tools out there. You are not limiting the tools for the patient. You're saying as long as this tool fit this criteria, yes, you can use. So
If they can fit يعني fit these criteria that we have it here in the categories, right? You
yes.
mean by
So
this?
So this is a high level category. So what we need to do in this PhD is we need to list down what are the criteria. Actually, these criteria are available out there. If you do your literature review, there are so many criteria regarding self-management of diabetes. Right now, for Palestine, we need to see what criteria is actually suitable for them, because their situation is very different from a developed country.
Yes, yes, I
Yeah.
understand. That's good for me, and yeah, it's more now clear. For thank you for that. I
All
need
right.
to
Okay.
it's
You're
more
welcome.
okay.
So this is the first part. All right. So there's something else I want to show you. So means whenever you do your research, you must go back to this table, because this is actually given by WHO, the World Health Organization, right? So it's a definition of the health technology policy.
Yes.
Okay, hang on. Also, actually, if you go to the, I think I will show my screen. Will show my screen. Screen. I can't.
طب if Doctor, if I would like to open this Zoom after we the record, can I open it?
A
Can
record. Yeah, okay, I'm recording it. I hope there's
so
no.
I can يعني understand it if you
Yes,
would
yes,
like to.
yes, sure. Okay, so I'll show this. Okay, all right. So actually, I just went through. It was a one whole day last week. I just went through the WHO website. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Can you see the screen I'm sharing?
Yes, I saw. I saw the outline here. The files that you have.
Oh
Needs
yes.
assessment for
Okay.
medical devices.
Yes. All right.
WHO.
Yes. Okay. I will share this. Okay. So this needs assessment. Okay. So I found this is also a WHO document. Okay. So
Okay.
as you can see, needs assessment comes under the management part of it, isn't it? So
Mm.
this needs assessment is under the management category related to the health technology policy. So this is also a guideline by WHO. It says um, needs assessment for medical devices, right? So because you are proposing a tool for self-management of diabetes, so it would fall
Yes.
under medical devices, isn't it?
Mm. Yes.
Right. Okay. So they have a definition of medical devices. So it says here, medical devices are in prevention, diagnosis, treatment, as well as patient rehabilitation. So I think self-management of diabetes would fall under monitoring, maybe. It's one of these roles, wouldn't it?
Yes, to monitor the sugar,
Right,
the level of the sugar, and to level other things also, not only sugar.
right, okay. Okay, so they have many books actually. If you were to go through the WHO website, I found this. Like they have a
طب,
book.
this is a book or an article that you show
This
me now?
is I download this from the WHO website. I think this is a book, like a short a 30-page book,
Yes, yes.
right? So this book, so this is a
Needs and
technical series. It says technical series, right?
yes,
Okay,
technical
so
series. Yeah.
okay, so one thing very nice about this document, right? So it actually tell you how to do a needs assessment. It tells you step by step how you actually perform a needs assessment. And
Mm.
I don't know if I was if I were you, I would probably use this document as my methodology,
Uh,
right?
okay,
So we'll go through this document, okay?
okay.
See what it says. So it says first you need to identify what is your baseline. So what is a baseline? Baseline is like a milestone or a minimum requirement, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then
Baseline, the
what
basic.
is, yeah, basic.
Yes.
So means this is like what is the health service requirements required by the patient. So what is the minimum, right, requirements, health service requirements? This is the patient point of view, if I'm not mistaken. Then it is what is the availability. So based on the requirements from the patient, what is the availability that Jerusalem has?
Yes. What the availability of the health services for the patient.
Yes,
With the, yeah, if they are available or not.
yes. And then the third
Yes.
one,
Okay.
what is the baseline information on medical devices? So currently, what is that medical devices available in the hospitals?
يعني for the health team medical يعني information on medical devices
Yes.
baseline
Um,
information.
yes. So I think that
Okay.
information is not too hard for you to get, but you have to always remember you're focusing on self-management of diabetes. So whatever data collection that is being done should always be in that scope, right?
Okay.
Then it says what is the baseline information for human resources? So means what are the human
Mm,
resources available? How many doctors? Like, so what is the
yes.
ratio doctor to patient?
Okay.
And then baseline information on finances, maybe like what are the limitations of finances, right? So once you have all of these, then only you start doing the prioritization. So based on all the situation, all the information, which tool is the highest priority? What requirements of the tool is just highest priority? So I will
Mm.
just go through this, okay? So right, okay. So this is a general approach. So also interesting, they actually give you already the questions. What is the data you should have, you know? So what do we
Yes.
have? What is the health service availability, right? So all of this you can actually get it from maybe published resources, or maybe you can do a survey, or you can get it from like a report, health report. I don't know whether you have a yearly health report where you say how many medical officers you have, what are your devices available, right? Okay, so this is very interesting because it already tells you what you need. Okay. So they give you an example how to do it, right? How you rotate. I don't know how to rotate this.
This is general assessment process. This is a
general
assessment
general
process.
assessment process. Yes. So
Yes.
then is the baseline information on health requirements. So what is the population of target area? So you can focus on the UNRWA, right? UNRWA, right? Size, major disease burden, considerations. So your result is your appropriate health service delivery requirements, right?
Okay.
So, and then the second one would be
baseline information.
Health service availability. And
baseline for on health availability.
Yeah.
Health availability.
Okay. Then this is on baseline on the medical equipment inventory, or some outline of health technology infrastructure.
Yes.
So
medical devices.
Yeah.
What? Wait a minute, please. The other medical devices. Can you go up?
Oh, sorry. Yes, medical device. Yeah.
Okay. What this? What does that mean? Medical.
Yes, they want to see your medical equipment inventory, like what are the devices you have. So maybe you can talk about self-management of diabetes. What are the tools that you use? Maybe currently you are only using the glucose meter, right? Glucose test, and maybe I don't know.
What do you mean by medical equipment inventory, quantitative and qualitative? What do you mean
this qualitative, quantitative, I am not sure what do they mean. I mean, yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know what do they mean by qualitative or quantitative.
Yes.
Maybe they say you can take this inventory information in a quantitative method or a qualitative method. Like for qualitative, maybe interview. Maybe you can interview someone to get what is the approximate medical inventory. Or maybe, yeah, I don't know actually. Honestly, I don't know.
We have to read and see what is
Yeah,
medical
true.
inventory. What is not okay.
But it says here medical equipment type.
Because medical type here related to to equipment. The equipment that we are available in our country, or they use it for maybe I will see. I will read it.
Yeah, okay. And then the next one would be human resources. Like maybe the ratio doctors or nurses to patient.
Yes.
So then the next one would be prioritization. So it says if there are insufficient resources to meet all identified needs, we need to rank them in order to decide which needs should be met first. Right.
Related to the equipment or to the policy priorities, is there is insufficient resources to meet all identified needs. It may be necessary to rank them. What do you mean by rank them? Them for what? Them in order to decide
It
which
would be
need
rank.
you should
I would think it would be ranking the what
the
sort of
policy for me,
services.
policy or Akumat
I think it would be maybe rank the sort of services that should,
services for the diabetic patients,
yeah,
maybe.
maybe. I think this is something for you to decide what should be
Okay,
ranked.
I will say. Okay, I will see.
Yeah. So it's general, but it's yeah, you decide.
Okay, optional.
So it would be like how the needs are prioritized. So there are many needs. What are the patient needs? What are the doctor needs? You know, and you can
Okay.
define that. What do you mean by needs? Impact of each option, resources, right?
Mm,
And then they talk a little bit about financial stuff. Yeah.
okay.
So this is a key question for prioritizing, right? So it's actually a very good document, I think. You know, if
And you said that I use it in methodology
yes,
or in general.
um, like your methodology may be is it quantitative or qualitative?
I'm going to quantitative, not qualitative.
Okay, so if it's
Unless maybe I would decide something, but in general, I'm going in the direction of quantitative.
so if you're doing it quantitative, then you can use this to create questions for
Ah,
your
okay.
right. So your question would have like would have at least all these areas, 4 or 5 areas. So what are baseline health service requirement, health service ability, medical devices, resources, right? And then maybe also prioritization. So your question would be very long to get
Okay.
all this information.
Okay. What is the title of this book again, please? I can see the
Okay,
title, the
I
main
can send
title.
it to you.
Okay, needs assessment for medical devices. يعني it is a big name يعني it is you see assessment for medical devices.
Yes.
Assessment of medical devices.
Because
Okay, but
when
because uh,
you decide a certain policy or health technology policy or anything, one thing they will ask in your viva or proposal defense is
okay,
what is the methodology or what is there what you use to actually come up with that policy. You cannot just like simply do a survey. Like, is there a certain method you follow? Oh, so if you say that yes, you use this method defined by WHO, then I think is most stronger for them to decide whether for you to pass the viva, the proposal defense. Yeah. So this is a very good document to for you to write your questionnaire.
okay.
Right.
I will see because يعني the problem for me is to how I connect the policies. You said the policies that I have in relation to the medical devices. Because we agreed on these main يعني things in our research to assess the policy management
Yeah.
in our country and other countries and to assess technology مظبوط to see the policy or technology applied by our country and other countries related to diabetes.
So that would be your literature review, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
And literature review and my research, all my research. That's you don't agree about
But
that? Because
this
this is my
this also
this is
contribute to your research, I believe we are still in the same direction. Our only thing, this is give more insight for you on how to do your data collection later.
Okay, but يعني the policy as you said, يعني and instruments, medical devices. This is
Yes,
the how I
this
can.
this is part of a national health policy. If you can see, health technology policy here, one of the branches is a needs assessment. So needs assessment fall under management. Management
Okay.
needs assessment here.
Yes,
So if you can see, the title of this is a needs assessment.
that's right. Assessment
Right.
for medical devices.
Yes.
For medical
So
devices.
this needs assessment here falls under health technology policies.
Yes, health
This
technology
definition,
policies.
yes. So this definition is given by WHO. So if anybody's tell you, even if the examiner say, why is this a policy? This is just a needs assessment. So you say, this is as defined by WHO, it is part of a health technology policy.
Mm. Okay, I'll try to.
So based out of this needs assessment, the output of it is a policy, because you need to assess what are the limitations, the requirements, and prioritize and come up with a policy. What should be prioritized for these patients for the self-management of diabetes?
Mm. You using the technology?
Using
Using the technology?
using tools for self-management of diabetes. But for this, we first want to ask them what do they need before we propose or decide any tools. We first need to know what are their problems.
Okay.
Yeah. So this needs
The problem,
assessment.
you mean the problem for what? For that, the problem. The
The
problem
problem
about what?
for them to manage their diabetes.
In relation, the problem to manage diabetes for them about the, because if I understand you, I will go يعني, and I will apply what you said. If I have يعني, some, because that's why I'm asking you. Excuse me about that, يعني, to
yeah.
understand
So
well what you want from me to do
yeah.
or
So
to apply.
actually, I'm giving you like just a methodology. So
Yes.
so um, it may change if your literature review change, right? Honestly, the bottleneck now is your literature review, because the output of your literature review will decide on the problem in the direction, right? So I'm just giving like an area which I think which may help you, right, to do. So
Okay.
I was actually trying to do your literature review. Honestly, I was actually trying to do, but I found a few information.
Thank you for
One
you.
moment.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate Dr. Raja.
Yeah, but I'm giving you ideas that may help you, but your but anything would also, your bottleneck is still your literature review, because the outcome of the literature review will affect your research.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, so there are many documentation out there. So if you where was it? Maybe I'll just share this.
as I told you, يعني still يعني you said for me, Dr. Raja, about the policy. You under policy, technology policy that applied in our country. That's right.
Right.
Technology
But
policies in
firstly,
our country and another countries. So I have to apply this technology now, or to invent technology, or to assess what we have technology. Maybe this is the gap between me and to understand that.
yes, yes, yes.
Yani, I have to apply to assess policy policies that used for diabetes mellitus in our country and other countries. This is the policy.
Yes.
So they, of course, they use instruments. Of course, really they use certain things. But how I can use the instrument, as you said, devices also in our policy. Yani they have to know the instruments, or they have to know how they can use the instruments in their policy, or what this is what I have problem to catch you or understand you in
Yeah,
this
yeah,
session.
actually, I may throw ideas, but you have to help me to decide which is best because it's your
I
PhD.
will,
Yeah.
but
So
of course I am. But يعني the problem يعني because we decide to do through the technologies and policy uh, policy applied to for in our country. This is what we at the end we decide.
yes,
However, the
related to
instruments,
self-management of diabetes, isn't it?
because I would not what the I did not catch you.
Related to
Excuse me.
self-management of diabetes, isn't it?
Yes, yes, of course. يعني
Yes.
the main thing is self-management policy. Of course, self-management. The main things for me at the end, self-management for the patient,
Okay.
right?
So actually, I did a little. I tried to find what based on our discussion. So in WHO website, they actually have a global atlas of medical devices. Okay. So they actually mention all countries here. They say which country have a health technology policy, which country don't have. So
Okay,
everything is in the WHO website, right? So they actually list as well like some countries example of medical policies for medical devices, right? Because we are focusing on technology, right? So technology would be related to medical devices, right? So they have examples of Canada, France, Luxembourg, and Mexico, right? And then also they say which they have like, you can go through here percentage of countries with data, no data. So whether they have regulatory authorities responsible for medical devices, right? So yeah, you can have a look like comparison health technology management units. So they have every single country here actually. Let me see. So you can have a look at this. It's all in the WHO website actually. So see this. Yeah, you see they even have every country. Uh, this is Cote d'Ivoire. I don't know what country is this. Then you can find country for Africa region. So these are
mm,
all the health technology policies that WHO have summarized for us, right? So yeah. So but they doesn't mention specifically about diabetes. So I don't know how are you going to get it. So but you can try and get that information. So it says you which country have technology policies, which one doesn't, right? So you can compare. So this is actually taken from the WHO website as well, right?
This is Atlas, Atlas Global Atlas for Medical. Okay.
Yes, true. So, okay, hang on, Global Atlas. So there are many information. This is I found it quite recent. It says diabetes self-management, like what are the tools they have here, right? So yeah, but I think this will only make you more confused. So if we can get that literature review out quick, that currently is the bottleneck. If we can do it by this semester, that would be really good, because that the gap in the literature review will put a more clear direction of the research.
Of
So
course.
maybe, so like this needs assessment document I showed you, so you will need to know what is the gap, that gap as well, to so you can actually create the appropriate question to tailor that gap,
Mm.
right?
The
Because
gap
we don't,
between the gap, Dr. Raja, between what and what? The gap between
the gap between um maybe what is the technology in other countries for self-managed diabetes, and what is
and
the
our country.
requirement for UNRWA patients.
يعني the difference between our country and other countries, the gap in using
Yes,
the technology,
yes,
difference. This is the gap. Do you think so?
yeah, you will need to define that actually, what gap it is. Means you need to define that research problem from the
Okay.
literature review. But it might be related with the requirements for UNRWA citizen, for Palestinians, different than developed countries, non-developed countries, right? So that, yeah, so but the first thing you would want to do is get that literature review done, the comparison, right, of health technology policies.
Yes.
So if I went through this Israel website, it didn't have it had, but in Hebrew language, I think.
Hebrew language, yes. They have their own policy and they have own, maybe different from the West Bank. Different,
Oh,
of
I see,
course,
different.
different. They have total things different from our yani, country.
Oh, I see. Okay. So I think this is the opportunity for you to highlight what are the limitations for the Palestinians. So if you can get a literature review out, you can actually tell the world what is the problem that we have in, because I don't find many research regarding war related countries.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think it's really a very your title is actually a very good title if you focus on the requirements for the patients like UNRWA, because most of the like technology policies all is like for developed countries, so they don't have problems much.
Mm.
So that differentiation that your research can have, I would believe would be in that area. So if you can use this needs assessment later, and you can tailor your question to specifically that area. In fact, they actually have let me see, WHO guideline, right? Medical devices. Okay, let me see. Is this okay? So like this, this is what. So this they actually tell you what are they have many documents as well. Like this is one I showed you. First WHO Global Forum on Medical Devices. So they actually have development of medical devices policies, but but I see a very large gap. These medical devices, they don't focus on the software part, right? No, not software. This is for disability, is it? No, disability for low income countries. Yeah, maybe you can talk to access of medical devices to low income countries. Right. So what is the difference between policies in high income countries, low income countries, and the situation in Palestine? Because your policy for the usage of the tool in the self-management of diabetes will be different than other countries because of that limitation.
Because of the income يعني economical status,
Because
you
of
think?
the, sorry?
Many things also. Maybe يعني they use simple technology in our country different from the other countries because of the low income, maybe because of
Yes.
the level of education, because of many things.
Yes.
يعني because we are maybe
So
related to
maybe
this.
even you don't even need to use a technology. Maybe the only thing is suitable is just a checklist and a pen and a paper. That's all,
Okay.
right? So now it's your research will be to propose what is the best way to manage the diabetes self-management in patient, right?
I will write it this sentence. The best. This is good. This is the best way
The best way
of self management
of diabetes in patient.
for the diabetic patient in Palestine.
Yeah. Like maybe not everyone has a mobile phone, so you can't ask them. So eventually, after you do your survey of everything, you think the highest priority is just, I don't know, just pen paper is enough. Let's say that's the only feasible thing to do there. Then that is, yeah, that is fine.
What do you mean by what is the last sentence? What is?
That's fine if finally you do this needs assessment study, you do a survey, and your final outcome is you find out that it is not feasible at all to use any software tool.
Yes. Okay.
Just pen and a checklist. That is the most reasonable way to do it in Palestine. Then that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
But for you to get that outcome, you will need to go through that process.
Okay. I
Yes.
understand you. Very good.
So that process is your PhD process. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, there are a few documents as well. Actually, WHO even have documents for, access medical devices, low income countries. There are many articles. So yeah.
I'll try to find also.
Yes.
I'll try to find.
I was trying to help actually. Actually, I was trying to come up with I will share this with you. New share. So actually, I was trying to do your review actually because I was setting a review of health technology assessment protocol for medical devices in low-income countries, a case of Palestine. So I was trying to do like what is the methods they use to assess for medical devices in low income countries, but yeah. So I only found the WHO, they talk about service delivery requirements, service availabilities, so, but I don't know whether this review will finish. So I was actually doing it to sort of kickstart your research, help kickstart your research. But it took me one whole day just to come up with this, actually.
I appreciate that, Dr. Raja. I appreciate. Thank you very much for you.
Yeah. We'll see, how, but
Okay.
yeah. So inshallah. So
Yes.
I think there's nothing else.
يعني I will
But
tell you
honestly,
something.
I
Yeah.
actually couldn't find like diabetes policies related to self-management diabetes. So I don't even know whether your review would be feasible also, because I couldn't find anything. It was more related to like glucose meter, like that's all, but nothing self-management diabetes. So we'll see whether that can be a gap that we can focus on later. So yeah.
Okay.
So like the questions I asked you to do, it can even change in the middle of your research, because
Depends on the studies or the situation.
availability of studies and information. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So that's all I think. Yeah. Any
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for your discussion and for I appreciate that. Dr. Raja, I would like to tell you something about the registration. It's
Okay.
different
Yes.
of mine. About registration, we have a problem at the end of each semester, because we cannot register because we are living here. And we pay about $400 maybe to register, just as what we call it. Maybe this semester we paid about $400. I paid about extra
Okay.
about the fees of the university. What do you
Okay.
think about that? What do you think about that? Because I'm not here. I send it to an office there, to
Mm.
persons, and they charge us about $400 just to register us in the university. What do you think or suggest about me for me to do that? Because I would like, if I will not pay the 400, it would be much better than
Oh, you mean
paying the 400.
discount? Is it discount? Is it?
Yes,
I'm not sure
not
whether.
discount. No, no, not discount. You see, when I registered for the university, for
Yeah.
example, they need for me $1,000.
Okay.
An example. There is an office there. I can't go. I can't pay directly to the university
Why not?
uh, because they don't know us. So they told us they should you should have a person there to register you in the university, and we pay about $400 for this person to register me
No, no,
in the
you don't need. You
university.
can register your own self.
So if you can help me to do that,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they don't know us, and pay the money directly to the university without this person to pay for him $400. You see, this
Oh.
is the problem.
Who
This is
is
the
this
problem.
person? Can you tell me who?
I don't know. I have they have an office or for that for the student in order to register them, because the university they did not ask, because if we send the money there, for whom you will send it? No, you don't know. So if we
No, if
cut
I'm not
this gap,
mistaken, yeah.
if you ask for me about that, or you tell me about to the way I can pay directly without this person
Yes,
and
yes.
without this. You see, every semester we have this. The last semester and this semester, we pay up. This semester I paid $400 for these persons in
My
order to
God.
register in the university.
You can register directly because I remembered I helped one student register. All he needed to do is just to transfer the fees online, and they have a website where you put your student ID in there and you transfer the fees.
This is the problem. This is if I can do that, it will be I appreciate that to
Yes,
do
yes.
to go directly without these persons because we paid this semester I paid $400.
Did you get the email telling what is the method to register?
No, I didn't. It is not clear for me. It is not clear how I can register because this person, because if you pay the money for the university, they don't know exactly from where this money come. They
You
don't know
just need
exactly.
to email
So
them
I
and
will
tell them.
lose. They will not know that this is from Salim or from other person. So if you please help us, help
Yeah,
me to
yeah, yeah.
do this directly without this person, it will be, I appreciate that.
Yeah, next time, yes, I can help you because I'm just afraid that this person is just simply taking money from students.
Yes, yes,
I
they
mean,
took this money
is
for
it
their just because they registered us $400.
so? Is this a student in UTEM or is someone working? I think maybe
No, not a student. They have an office. I sent it by my friend who knows that, and they said this money it goes to this office because they registered you. You have to pay for them $400, and after that we pay the university what they want from
or you
the
went
fees.
through a friend, is it?
If a friend and office,
Okay.
office.
So you've settled this semester registration. Maybe the next semester one, I can try help
Yeah,
you.
the next semester because this semester is done. That's okay. But the
Right.
next semester, if you can help me, it will be I appreciate for that because I paid about 1,500 or $600 for registration this semester.
I think your friend is just simply taking your money for you for doing this
Yeah,
for you.
maybe
I'm
I don't
sorry
know
to
exactly.
say that, but I think yeah, he
Not,
is.
not, yes, because they told us a person we talk with him in Malaysia, he said you can't register directly. You have to go to this office in order to register in the university.
Now all registration is online.
Okay, this is I'm looking for, and this
Yeah.
is I appreciate if you help me about that. It will be, I will not lose this money.
Yes, 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 sure, sure. The next time I can help you because the
Okay,
last time I remembered my student registered end of semester, so I just had to give a call, and then they say they activated, then you just transfer the money using a certain
okay,
website. That website, you just write your student number. That's all,
okay. That's
right?
this is what we need. This
Yeah.
is
So
what we
it's funny, but I
appreciate.
think your friend is trying to get some income from you.
Yes, this is the problem. And this is, we have two semester like this, the first semester and this semester, the second semester.
Is it like an
Okay.
agent or
They said, he said for us, they have an office for foreigner students in order to register. They said for us, you can't go because you have to come there and to register. And we have the corona and so.
yeah, since the
Uh,
coronavirus, everything is
And in
online.
order to do that, he goes there and he registered me in the university. And I sent the money for him, all of the money for him. And he goes there and he
Oh,
registered me for the university. And what we call the tax or the what he want from me. Beside
Yeah.
his, yes, this is what happens. So that's why I talked for you about this problem that I face
Yeah.
every semester. Uh, also, I would like to ask you the end of this semester at what time? At what date?
This semester ends in January.
January, January at the beginning or يعني December,
Uh,
the last month, or at the beginning or the middle, do
if
you
I'm
think?
not mistaken, your last week is like 15th January.
15 January.
I can send you the academic calendar.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I have to plan. Because I would like to work hard, Dr. Raja, and to finish something, to to accomplish. Because I need to do so, يعني, things. Because I am under pressure, يعني,
Yeah.
to accomplish them. Wallah, because يعني, it takes time. Yani because also I don't have much time, so I would like to work hard, and it is not easy.
Yeah.
It is not
I
easy.
know. Some I don't know. Yeah, like I have the same problem. Like Brother Salim, I actually have the same problem where I don't know. Sometimes when I need to stay up, I
Yeah,
maybe sleep
I
a little
lost
bit while
yes,
relaxing, or
your
I'm trying
voice
to
now.
find a way. Like now they have a lot of packages like work from hotels, right? Sometimes when you stay in hotel, you can get a lot of focus. I don't know because I have like a lot of small kids at home. So when I want to do work, this one wants to eat. This other person is quarreling, and so
Yes,
I also cannot focus. So
yes,
I have to, yeah.
yes. Because the problem I face, I will tell you, yani, frankly, what I have. Because I have a lot of students and a lot of marks and a lot of preparing questions for them on the Zoom.
I
So it
see.
takes a lot of time for me.
Yes, yes.
I need sometimes to write. If I have free time, I will do much better than this. This is the problem that I yani, face.
What
Inshallah, I
about
will work.
your break?
I will work.
When
Yeah,
is your
what?
semester break?
Uh, we don't have a break. At the end of maybe the same as you, yani, 15 January, we will finish also the same thing.
Oh, okay, all right.
At the end of this year. So we are under pressure, do exams and do prepare and do
Yes.
Zoom and prepare for the student. So if I have time, I will work on that, on this.
How many
But I
hours
will.
of classes do you have a week?
I have about 16 or 17 hours.
Oh,
And I have students in one class, about 86 students, 86
uh-huh.
on the Zoom, and the other 60, 65. About five classes I have, or six.
That's a lot. Okay.
A lot of, but it takes me from me a lot of time. But no problem, I will try finish
Yeah.
at the end because it is yani, put me.
Do you have like
I have to
one
do.
day free? Do you have like from like
Yes, we have, especially for example, Friday, we have free, and Thursday.
okay.
But sometimes you prepare for students, exams, and the same thing. Yani, I will, but mostly I have free on Thursday and Friday. I
I
will
see.
try to,
Yeah, like
I will work
okay.
hard. At the end, I will work hard because I would like to finish this.
Uh,
Because I would like to finish and accomplish
I
something to
don't know
do.
whether this I don't know whether this tip will help. I think you are more experienced than me, and maybe you're supposed to give me tips,
No, thanks.
managing examination. But
Yeah.
yeah, I nowadays I try to make sure like I'm free on Wednesday and Fridays, so I try to push all my student appointments or work Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So I
Okay.
will try and really focus like on Wednesday. So if any student or whatever want to see me on Wednesday or Friday, I will push them to some other time. So I'm free because it takes a lot of time to write actually. Like even that
Yes,
literature
yes,
review I was trying to start, for your research. I was like, I'm just stuck with
yes,
one table, one item in one table. It was one whole day worth of work. I think it was
yes.
a lot of like thinking rather than writing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I will, يعني, we will do but much better because يعني the problem for me is if I finish the literature review, it will be يعني good step for me. If I
Yes,
finish the literature review, it will be very good step if I
yeah.
finish it. And after that, maybe it will go more easy. Maybe. I don't know exactly. You know, maybe you have experience more than me about this.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So thank you for joining today, Brother
I
Salim.
I
So
appreciate for you for helping me for helping to see this, but I can open the record after that. And
I
you will
hope
send it
is
for
it
me.
still
How I
recording?
can
I hope it's
how
still
I can
recording.
see this what
Okay, I hope it's still recording. Oh no, it has stopped recording, I think.
yeah no it is now recording because I saw in the
Oh, okay,
but
okay.
if how I can look you will send it for me by email.
Yeah,
The,
I can. I have to find it in my drive. I have to see where it's saved in my drive. Then, if I find it, I will send it to you.
I appreciate
Okay.
that. I
Yeah.
appreciate.
Thank you. Yeah, no problem. All right. Thank you very much. And
Okay, have good week and thank you
so
for
maybe
you for my
maybe
help.
we can see the next 3 weeks. Maybe
Yes.
hopefully we can update some progress by then. Right. Okay. Thanks. All right. That's all for today. Inshallah. Okay. Assalamualaikum.
شكرا لك. Thank you very much. السلام عليكم.
Salam.